So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast, Season 2! Woo!
Hey,
I know Season 2 started last week, but still.
you weren't there.
This episode marks a year in Formula One terms since we started the podcast, because it was the Bahrain Gp review that was our first episode, and now it's time for the Bahrain GP review.
But technically, it's next week.
Yeah, that's in calendar terms, but in F1 terms, it's this week.
So we can have two separate one-year anniversaries.
Exactly.
Right.
Shut up, Ben. Anyway,
have to edit that now. Just as like I'm going to have like a tweet that says, "Oh, 1 year Formula One anniversary," and then the next week I'm just going to put out, "Oh, 1 year calendar year anniversary."
Exactly. So, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the race and everything, because we have a lot to talk about, let's talk about something a bit less not controversial, but big. 2022 TV graphics, what do you think?
Needs tweaks, but okay start.
Ben?
It looks good, but I'm not like it could be a lot more helpful in like the sense of the tires. It's just little letters and colors.
Like I was watching it at uni, following FP2. I actually joked with my friend that the medium tire graphic looks like Formula One is partnered with McDonald's.
No, that's Ferrari. I think for me, it was particularly prevalent in qualifying, where the sector times come up with the little colours, the purple, the green, or the yellow. The line is far too thin, and they had technical issues where whoever was the first person up on screen with their timing block would always set a purple sector. It doesn't matter if they were, I think in George Russell's case, 1.3 seconds slower through that sector, it still went purple.
Yeah.
Which it clearly shouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
So there's some technical bugs to iron out, and there's some, we'll say, quality of life improvements to make with it. But generally, aesthetics-wise, I think it's okay. I just think that I've seen some complaints about like the driver numbers being, because they're all in the actual like stylized versions that the teams have on the cars. Some of them can be quite hard to read when they're reduced in size to that extent. And the lack of team colors is making it harder to follow. So, yeah, quality of life improvements, maybe a little band like we used to have with the team color would be
like
better.
Admittedly, it was fresh air watching the support events that had last year's graphics. I already missed them. Like, I just think the 2021 graphics were better. The timings were easier to read. Everything was simpler on them.
I feel like they were always going to change it purely because it's a brand new era.
Oh, yeah.
Like complete rule set change, complete overhaul, do it. Why not? Well, what better chance do you have to do that?
It's also really strange, just it's a very small thing, but seeing the F1 logo in the top left corner of the screen. It's been in the bottom left for so long, and now they've just moved it for no reason.
Like I say, complete overhaul.
Yeah. And I do think the timing tower is a bit too chunky.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's fine when they reduce it down to driver abbreviations.
Yeah.
And there's also a nice healthy gap between the edge of the screen and the start of the timing tower. And I don't know if that's just because of like aspect ratios or whatever, but I feel like that could be moved over a little bit. I need to sound like Ted Kravitz now going on about aspect ratios. If you've seen The Notebook. 16x9 and a 4x3.
Oh,
And yeah, there's definitely improvements to make, but it's not ghastly by any stretch of the imagination.
I think the
It
only other
was
thing
quite
was
funny seeing the bugs on it though.
Yeah.
Considering
yeah.
during the race you had Magnussen trying to overtake Magnussen.
Or
still
just
not
the
as
fact
good
that
as
it just
last name
disappeared.
versus last name.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. That iconic battle of last name versus last name was one for the ages.
But yeah, it did just vanish halfway through the race. Adios.
I did have to like type out everything on the Discord server to keep people updated.
I guess sticking with the race's TV direction, it was great to just not be watching the front runners for all 57 laps. We got a healthy amount of mid-pack and rear-pack action.
Well, I mean, that's because there was actually action.
Yeah, but still, like, I couldn't tell you the last time that we watched Latifi for 3 laps.
Part of me really
Hungry.
ironically wants to say Monaco.
Possibly.
But I feel Ben might be wrong to something with Hungary there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that's only because he was in, like, 3rd.
Yeah.
I'm talking about where the Williams supposed to be, and we're watching Latifi. It was great. So props to F1 if they keep it up. I guess we'll see in Saudi Arabia.
One thing otherwise is there wasn't like the little screen showing it overtaking the mid pack as well. Come up on like the time bit.
Yeah, they said that the timing tower is great for picture in picture, and then just didn't use it.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of bugs it had, I don't think they could get it to work or something, probably. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I get it was only the first race with them. I guess time will tell if they roll it out to the junior categories as well. Because it would have been quite funny if they're waiting to unveil these brand new graphics and then Formula 3 are just like, yeah, we'll have those. And they get to show them first.
Shiny.
Frecker. Yes, please.
God, no.
But yeah, no, it was refreshing to be watching not just Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari. We actually got to watch Alpine and Aston Martin and Williams. We even got to watch Haas because Haas were in the top 10.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's Haas rocket ship. The Steiner ship has departed and has strapped on rocket engines.
Let's get on to the
engines.
weekend then. Let's go on to talking about the weekend. Sum it up in our sentence, Richard.
A promising year ahead.
Ben.
Except McLaren.
The cars work, but it's painful in the hardest way. It's going to be a long year for us. A very long year.
For mine, the regulations
The stars aligned.
Yeah, the regulations deliver, I suppose. They've done exactly what they were supposed to do.
The only thing I'd say to that is Bahrain's always been a good track for action.
Shut up, Ben.
I know, although they could like follow in that in the middle sector, which was good.
Yeah, there was literally passes in the middle sector.
Yeah. So promising signs, but that doesn't mean like Monaco be a good race.
No, see, I've got a couple of extra bold predictions to throw into this week just to really spice up the year.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do in my season predictions when I posted them at 1 a.m. on Sunday. I forgot to include my season-long bold prediction.
You can make one now, but you won't get the point for it.
You'll have to do something exceptionally bold for me to consider giving you the point for that.
So shall we get into free practice? Pain for me.
Lol.
But even more pain for both of you. Discuss.
And Vettel. Move on.
And Vettel, yeah. Hulkenberg!
4.0.
It was nice to see him
He did
at the
good.
back of the grid with McLaren.
You see, last season, if you'd said Nico Hulkenberg was fighting the McLarens, that would have been great. This season, not so much.
But no, because even
Yeah,
last season, yeah.
Let me put on my 90s spectacles and yes,
Yeah.
it's great to see the McLarens fighting the Williams.
Last year was great, wasn't it? It really was.
Yeah. September really peaked there, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
All went downhill when you forgot to pit your driver.
Maybe they should Google that to make a good car. Pay.
I think they just need to close a few tabs.
Yeah, too many.
Maybe,
tabs
maybe it'll
open
run
on
faster.
Chrome.
Maybe they should use Bing.
Just Chrome doing its best Internet Explorer impression.
Someone did actually do a mock on Twitter where they replaced the Chrome wheel covers with Internet Explorer logos.
Pain.
Do you want to rejig your Constructors' Championship predictions?
No.
Nope. Because
Faith.
I can look back at them and see at that point in time when I made them, I was happy.
Yeah.
Fair. So free practice 1. We've started to get a feel for the weekend. Ferrari were just rockets all weekend, really.
Yeah,
I
Snakes was
still-
up there as well.
Yeah, I still had hope at that part of the weekend because we were actually keeping pace a little.
It's sandbagging.
Yeah, I'm like, it's
But you
okay.
were.
We'll be fine in qualifying. No. 5th.
Lol.
19th. Lol.
18th.
Hey, he hadn't
Oh,
been in the
18th.
car
Yeah, he had.
But it was
for the whole of the test.
Barcelona.
For the whole of the
Barcelona was a
second
great
test.
time. You know, they were P1 in Barcelona.
I was
He'd
going to
been
say, yeah, the
ill.
car was good in Barcelona.
It was probably
It's
'cause
fine. We'll
everyone
just wait
else
till we
was
go back to
fucking
Spain.
sandbagging.
Just gotta wait till we go back to Spain, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, P1,
Us were
P1.
sandbagging in Barcelona.
No, you just had a different car, which is
Yeah.
exactly what you're gonna
Haas
have
were
to go back to.
sandbagging.
Yeah, Haas was sandbagging. Facts.
Every team was to a degree.
Free practice 2, much of the same as free practice 1. We got the qualifying sims, and I started to panic a little about this weekend. Oh, well, no, I was panicking about that from like 2 weeks ago watching the test. I got a sore head just by watching the onboards. The worst one, if I can go back to the test for a moment, is when they did a FX lap with Lando. I turned my volume up full, and all I could hear was just as the car scraping along the ground. It did not do my ears any good. I just wanted to enjoy some engine noises, not
No,
Well, listen
death.
to like V8 then, and V10. You know, the good times.
I wanted to enjoy some 2022 engine noises. Instead, I got scraping.
lol. There was a bit of a difference between Hamilton's and Russell's setup though, because Hamilton had like next to no porpoising, and George was just bouncing around all over the shop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
Favorite driver straight away.
Mercedes already showing their hand.
Shocking.
Unbelievable.
Or perhaps
My
they're just,
team could never.
perhaps they're just trialing things and wanted a comparison. You know,
No.
Haas did that.
No,
It's 100% just complete bias.
Favorite
towards
driver.
their favourite
Lewis gets the
driver.
better car. Seen it in the race.
Facts.
qualifying.
Yeah, let's talk about qualifying. Q1.
Did it happen?
Hulkenberg outqualifies Stroll. Lol.
Yep, but
Yeah.
Stroll's slow. We know that.
Yeah, but 19th slow.
Yeah. Do you know who else was slow?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't. No idea.
Latifi.
Yeah, Latifi was very
Yeah,
slow.
Latifi
So was
very slow.
Hulkenberg.
He was the slowest.
Stroll.
Yuki Tsunoda was surprisingly slow, but I feel like that's something to do with his hydraulics issue he had in FP3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but do you know who else was slow?
there was no one else. What are you talking about? We've already discussed everyone that got knocked out in Q1.
5
Moving
drivers
on.
get knocked out.
We've already discussed
only
them.
discussed
Whether it was
4.
in this segment or not was irrelevant. We've already discussed them. Moving on. Q2.
So Ricardo went out in Q1,
Yeah, we already discussed that.
finished 18th.
Moving on. Q2.
So Lando went out in Q2,
That's more acceptable.
a slightly more acceptable 13th,
Qualified by Mick Schumacher. Oh my god.
and Ocon. By a 10th. Well, not sorry, 100th by Mick Schumacher, but still out qualified.
Mick put in a PB, so you know.
Yeah, we got to credit Mick.
Yeah, well done to Mick, and he
Top
finished
driver.
ahead of both McLarens in the race.
And Guan Yu Zhou had his lap time deleted
Yeah,
Yeah.
at turn 5, the commentary said, which I thought was relevant.
the stewards disagree.
The stewards say turn 4.
Yeah, the stewards say turn 4.
Shock. Classic commentary team just throwing out plugs for us.
Literally the
what
only lap
legends.
time that was deleted for the entire qualifying session.
Obviously, they weren't paying close enough attention to Hamilton. Shock.
Yeah.
In fairness, the lap time that was deleted would only have put him 14th.
I mean, at the time, he was like 12th with it, but
Yeah,
it's
but
because it was his first run.
looking at the final times, it would have been 14th for Guan Yu.
Albon absolutely smashing his teammate straight away. Classic.
Well, yeah, that's not difficult though.
He had a year out, and he's still handing Latifi's ass to him on a platter.
It is Latifi though.
Yeah, but still, a year out.
Yeah, Latifi's been there, but this is 3rd year.
So, it was still King Latifi. It's all right.
Q3.
Latifi World Drivers Champion 2023.
No chance.
Q3.
I think McLaren have a better chance.
Russell did a bad. Qualified 9th.
Lol. Bottas out-qualifies Russell.
Yeah.
Bottas alongside Hamilton.
Yeah. Magnussen in P7.
Magnussen
Alonso
rocket ship.
P8. Gasly P10. Perez
Leclerc
6,
on
Verstappen,
pole.
Leclerc. Yeah. The Ferrari on pole. Here's the qualifying results in case you missed it. In all their stewarding glory. So, to run through it really quickly, it was Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Bottas, Magnussen, Alonso, Russell, Gasly, Ocon, Schumacher, Norris, Albon, Zhou Guan Yu, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Ricardo, Stroll, and Latifi. Can we fix this, please, Formula One? All through his junior career, it was called Guan Yu Zhou. Now, Zhou Guan Yu.
That's the correct way it should be.
Even
I
through
don't
commentary,
disagree,
though,
but everyone
saying
else
it
knows
both
him as Guan
ways.
Yu Zhou.
Yeah, it's Zhou Guan Yu.
And it's just annoying.
It's Zhou Guan Yu. You.
Beep, 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 beep. Like, Let's just
Boom.
decide.
Mic drop. It's Zhou Guan Yu. We have decided.
Okay. Someone tell Crofty. And Alex Jakes.
Okay, well, someone tell Crofty that it's also definitely not Force India this year.
Yeah. Did he call them Force India at any point?
He said that
wasn't
he
a joke?
almost called them Force India.
Yeah. And Racing Point. There was a few near Racing Point.
So, yeah. Oh,
The race.
mm-hmm.
Lap 1. Discuss.
Mick did a beautiful pirouette.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Because
thought
of Ocon.
Yeah.
you got 5 seconds for that. I thought that
He did.
a
I
little
thought
bit
that was quite
harsh.
harsh.
Yeah. So I thought, like, you could put the blame on Ocon, but I also thought, like, Mick kind of turned in a little bit. So
And I also thought,
Mick was so far
lap
ahead,
one.
that was definitely his corner.
yeah, but lap 1 leniency?
New.
Clearly VAR disagrees.
Exactly.
typical VAR.
I'm talking about they're coming down with an iron fist. I'm okay with this. Keep it up.
Yeah, but they've got to keep it up.
Exactly.
And they won't.
Yeah.
It's the FIA.
It's
Yeah,
new
Ocon-
people.
Ocon got a 5-second time penalty for yeeting Mick Schumacher.
It was a very beautiful pirouette, though.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was,
he
yeah.
controlled the car brilliantly.
How much he knew about it.
Like, I love the way the stewards are like, yeah, he caused Schumacher to spin and continue. Okay. Could you just say he caused them to spin?
Yeah,
Have to specify that he continued driving. I think we know.
it was okay. He continued.
He continued
Therefore, it
driving.
wasn't a 10-second time.
How many penalty points did Ocon get?
2,
Woo! We're back to standard numbers of penalty points.
which means he has
He's off
3
the
for the
mark.
12-month period.
Yes. Were you just reading them as I posted them in the chat on Discord?
No,
Oh, fair enough.
no, I had a lot of screens open. That wasn't one of them.
Ah,
I had Discord open on my laptop so I could like see what everyone was talking about. Had the broadcast open on my computer so I could actually watch the broadcast, and then I had the tire graphic and the data open on my phone on my desk so I could keep an eye on everything.
to be fair, that was like me during the test. I had my laptop with a broadcast and then my other computer at uni with like the times. So I just did a timing page on the broadcast in class.
Yeah,
Great.
I need a second screen.
Yeah.
I'm desperately trying
all
to get
about
one.
that. All about that data.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ocon got a 5-second time penalty, and then the race just sort of settled down really quickly.
Yeah, apart from I think it was either
Alonso and
first or
Ocon had a bit of a
second.
scrap for a while.
The first or second lap we seen like all the McLaren and Williamses, like alphas, just all grouped together and like turn must have been 11, 12 or something like that. There's about a group of 7 cars.
Yeah, the broadcast just cut to it, and it's just like, here is half the field in one corner. So
And it was at that point we all got hope.
yeah,
Yeah,
was
no, but
dashed.
it was a great race between the rear of the field at that point. Some good action.
K-Mag didn't quite know where the breaking point was for turn 1.
No, he messed that one up a few times, to be fair. But what
We nearly
start
got
he got off the
Hamilton.
line?
Yeah, true. K-Mag absolutely rocketed up the order.
That Mercedes had Lewis had a good start as well. He was just cut off by the Ferrari and Red Bull, like wanting to kamikaze each other. Didn't quite.
Well, no,
happen.
the door got shut by Sainz, so you know.
And Perez, they both sort of went like this and then across.
They're just
But-
trying to cover each other, and they both successfully managed to do so.
Yeah, they were trying to cover each other, both covered Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't have a repeat of last time. It was a Ferrari 1-3 with a Red Bull 2.
You're thinking Singapore
Singapore.
2017.
Singapore 2017, yeah.
Yeah.
Always back to Singapore.
Yeah. Just can't get enough of Singapore, can you?
I love Singapore. Can't wait to go back. But that was a explosive, well, not quite explosive. That's Romain Grosjean.
Mm.
A dramatic crash, especially at night with all the sparks flying. That's what night races are all about.
I thought night races were about the floodlights, not about the crashes.
I thought it's about the timings and TV and that.
The crashes look good.
Okay, now you're just sounding like someone from Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, Buxton. And in Formula One, if you finish first, you win.
If you qualify in pole position, it means you start at the front.
Crash. You're out the race.
Not necessarily. Some people
If-
have crashed and carried on.
If you finish outside of the points, you get no
Don't score
points.
anything.
Yeah.
Truly exceptional insight from the man himself.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it can't be denied. They do look good at night, as long as everyone's okay.
There we go.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Which they usually are. It's Formula One safety is amazing. I mean, if Romain Grosjean can make his car detonate and then just get out, then I'm sure a small collision, they'll be fine.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we want to see that every week.
Yeah, no, exactly. We like
I want to see racing, not crashing. If I wanted
Yeah.
to see crashing, I'd watch stock cars.
or NASCAR.
Watch bumper cars, mate.
Or to an extent, British Touring Car Championship.
Yeah.
Matt
Formula
Neal.
E.
Here comes Jason Plato! Oh,
Formula
he didn't.
E. They're quite good for a few crashes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
literally just electric bumper cars at this point.
I mean, most bumper cars are electric, to be fair.
Touring
They-
cars
they
has
all
heat
are.
and passion towards it. Yeah, it's got you jump me
Touring
up.
cars has heat, passion, and ballast.
Speaking of ballast, we don't quite have that in Formula One, but the sliding scale of development certainly seems to have worked as intended. Because Haas rocket ship.
Yeah, Ferrari actually have ballast inside their nose cone.
Oh, fair enough.
Just an FYI.
That to stop porpoising, or
Well, porpoising's at the back.
weight down at the front? Might bounce less.
McLaren have ballast over the whole car.
McLaren's car is just ballast.
No, McLaren's car is just
It's replaced Haas as the moving chicane.
pain.
At least they're not the only moving chicane though.
This is true. Williams are still back there, which
Yep.
is kind of disappointing, all things considered, but we'll see.
But they're not last in the constructors.
I mean, that is a very quick jump from the start of the race to the end.
We had some bits in the middle to cover.
Yeah, we will. We were just talking about how bad McLaren is. I just wanted to give you some hope. They're only ninth.
Right.
Yeah. They finished.
Exactly.
And finished first. First shaft finish.
Yeah, we'll come to that because Mercedes definitely benefited from that line this weekend.
Lewis Luckmilton.
So yeah, middle of the race, it did settle down for a bit. And then we got the pit
Tyres.
stops.
Tires were going pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Then we
Which
got the
I am
pit
all
stops.
for.
What the hell was that Mercedes strategy? Yeah, let's box the worst race tire we've got.
But to be fair, they did have to try something because you were about 5 tenths off the pace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You were slow.
but that was not it.
I mean, Toto did so elegantly put it as putting one hand down the toilet. So, what that exactly means, not sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it was an interesting strategy that did not pay off at all.
I mean,
But actually, no, because you got lucky with the safety car. So
The safety car and 2 cars being like, nope.
yeah.
And then we got the Red Bull and Ferrari pit stops, and that was exciting.
yeah, the undercut dreams.
Yeah. Well, not quite, because he didn't
Well,
get ahead.
Yeah.
No,
So
but
the
it did
overcut
close
was-
up. It did
Yeah.
close up like
Yeah.
what was a 3 or 4 second gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like 5-10 gap.
Yeah.
And then we got an amazing fight at the front where they were just swapping positions.
And I kept face palming because I kept saying, Max, you got to just do it into turn 4.
Yeah.
And he just kept going into turn 1.
Charles even said after the race, he was like, yeah, I knew I'd get the DRS, so I just wanted to let him through.
Isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he locked up and ruins the fight.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
true.
locked up, ruined his
Yeah.
tires and the fight.
Yeah.
And then the race settled down again because everyone was just sort of
Everyone
Nothing.
But yeah, it's
needed to lower their heart rates and blood pressures because,
A
oh my
little
god, there
boss
was a fight for the
charge.
front.
there's a little boss charge on the way, wasn't there? Because he pit quite late on, I think, or later on, so he's in like 12th or something.
then was it Carlos Sainz came on the radio and was like, yeah, 3 stop.
Yeah.
Woo!
He was right.
That's right. So yeah, we got
Except for Mick Schumacher, who only did a 2-stop.
still got points.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He finished 11th.
Oh,
He was close.
points.
He was in 10th when the safety car called. So
I guess the safety car. Do we talk about that now?
Gasly, go bang!
Gasly.
Gasly had some toasted buns.
Gasly's car catches fire at the Romain Grosjean fence.
Something about that fence and fire.
Yeah.
I think they just need to put a barbecue there. Because if there's already fire, maybe it won't set one of the cars on
I
fire.
mean, to be fair, I think someone did put a landmark on Google Maps there called Romain Grosjean's barbecue.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise
Yeah.
me. Bottas's lawnmower services was quite quickly up at the Austrian track, so
Yeah, I think there might be Grosjean's barbecue. It might even be listed as a place of worship. To be honest, that's a few things that the F1 fans like. Let's have a quick look. Maps. Anyway, back to the podcast. So yeah, turns out Roman's barbecue is not there anymore. That's disappointing. We had a quick look, and you'll see that in the outtakes in like a year at the end of the season. Woo!
But actually, it'd be probably about just under a year in F1 calendar terms.
Well, no, we don't know when next season will start.
Was it
We're not too
51
sure.
weeks?
bold of you to assume I'm actually going to successfully edit the video in that time frame.
With so many so hellos.
There's already so many.
Yeah, so Gasly's car just went, nah, switched itself off and caught fire. It was like not very much is happening. We just cut to Gasly's car just ablaze.
Yep.
Oh, this changes things.
Things are happening.
Yeah, it's
Oh god.
just-
Yeah.
It was just as Max committed to the free stuff as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
literally just after he comes out of the pits and he's just like, yep,
Yeah.
burn.
Fire. Just after that as well, we had Max over the radio. Yeah, there's something wrong with my steering. Okay.
Bent steering rod.
Yeah.
It was.
We now know that.
Lol.
And then the FIA were a little questionable. There's a car on fire at the side of the track. Race control. Virtual safety car.
Yeah. In
Why
fairness,
it took them nearly a lap to deploy that?
yeah, but in fairness, once they did the VSC, it didn't even take them a lap to do full safety car. They were just
Yeah,
like,
but
VSC,
why not just skip the
safety car.
VSC?
You go and talk to whoever it was this weekend. Was it Freitas or Wittig? I can't remember.
I think it was Freitas. There's a race director's note. That'll tell me. Oh, no, it was Wittig.
There you go. Freitas was at Sebring.
And he's going to be at Australia. That's when we're first going to see him in Formula One. But yeah, like that looked like a Michael Massey thing to do. Virtual safety car will be fine. Oh wait, maybe not.
At least he gets the right choice in the end.
It didn't actually take that long in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. And
then we seen the cars
commentary
can
team
overtake.
Yeah, the commentary team just started ripping the absolute neck out of race control over Abu Dhabi. It was like
Race commentary is still salty.
If anyone's listening, there are 6 slapped cars. Oh God, that's what we need to talk about as well in this episode. The report was published.
It didn't say anything.
It really didn't. And
So do we need to say anything? Because it didn't say anything.
But yeah, they started ripping the neck
big trouble.
and was like, yeah, so there's 6 lapped cars race control. I think you can tell just by glancing at the timing screen. And there's 6 cars that say +1 lap. You know, that maybe gives it away.
Yeah, but then Brundle said it was like a really complex thing to calculate how many cars are, and I'm just there like, it's 6, Martin.
Yeah.
Look at the app.
Yeah, look at your timing page 1. Not even page 2 or page 3. Look at page 1. Whoa.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
I mean, as Brundle we're talking about.
True.
Then, yeah, the lapped cars overtook that gorgeous new safety car.
I don't like it.
What?
I just don't like the lights. Where's the
The
bar?
lights. I think the lights look really cool on the spoiler.
Where's the bar?
It's gone.
Beep. Want my Aston Martin one back?
That is still being used, I think.
Yeah, well, that'll be good because that has a bar.
That'd probably be a Cheddar. And it will be used.
And it'll be Saudi green.
Yeah, it'll be in Saudi green again. Yeah, because I think when the safety car was deployed, it still had the AMG on it, indicating there would be a different safety cars. So
that, or they just paid for. Tell them
more.
it's AMG.
Yeah. Just it does a Mercedes W12 livery. Just safety car gets deployed AMG all over the screen. But yeah, we should hopefully see the Aston safety car next week if they're still using it. This week, oh God, for race this week. Why we start with a double header?
Because they don't like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they've seen at the start.
It's just like, me.
Last year, Rich doesn't like a double header.
Rich doesn't like
that in.
The annoying thumbnails he has to make.
At least it's not a triple header.
It doesn't make any difference, to be honest.
True.
50 laps.
Yeah, we've not actually made it to the end of the race yet. We've made it to lap 50 when the lapped cars overtook. I was beginning to think we might see a red flag, to be honest. Because it took them a while to even just move the car.
Well, I didn't know if they were waiting for a crane or if they were going to push it.
Yeah.
But it turns out they were just waiting for the lights on the side of the car to go green again.
Yeah. I was beginning to think, though, if this takes a little longer, we may see a red flag to avoid.
If this takes
finishing
any
behind the
longer,
safety
we
car.
shall avoid nothing and we will finish under the safety car because it's the first race of the season, so no one gives a f.
But thankfully not. The car was declared safe. They rolled it away. And we got going again.
And then
Well,
Max didn't.
Yeah. 18 cars got going again. And Max, when he went round turn 10, was like, yeah, the energy store's broke. JP, no, it's not. JP very soon later, oh, wait, maybe it is. Box.
It wasn't the energy store, though. It was the fuel pump.
No, it wasn't, apparently.
Really? Because they seem to think it was the fuel pump.
From what I hear today,
Oh, God.
they now think it wasn't the fuel pump.
Oh.
I seen it on social media, so it may not be true. So I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure I seen today that it wasn't the fuel pump they thought, and it could be something else.
So insightful.
Yeah. I could be completely
we bring you the best information here on this podcast.
I could be completely making that tweet up, but I'm pretty sure I saw it.
The last I heard was it was a fuel pump issue, which makes sense because it was on both cars at roughly the same time. And Perez's engine just completely seized, which seems to suggest they ran out of fuel. Because
Max's car went into limp home mode rather than...
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not necessarily a problem with the pump itself, but more the pump not being able to draw all of the available fuel. So maybe Max's one was in such a way that a little bit of fuel was actually getting into the pump still, and Perez's one was just like, nah.
No more.
No fuel for you.
Just midway through turn 1.
And here's me thinking that Lewis had punted him for half a second.
Yeah, I thought that.
George Russell podium!
That did cross my mind for about a second.
I was like, wait, a Red Bull facing the wrong way and Lewis Hamilton going round the corner? Where have I seen this before?
And then we saw the onboard of Lewis just taking the corner normally and Perez going, whee! Yeah.
That was somewhat soul-crushing for the meme potential.
Yeah. So yeah, Max, as we said, went into limp home mode and just crawled into the pits, very angrily swearing on team radio.
I think you would as well.
Yeah, true.
Pretty sure everyone would.
And then Checo's car just went, nah, and spun.
And he spent the next 5 minutes angrily swearing over team radio.
Yeah. Perez's car was like, I can give you 56 laps.
Yeah, it's not the first time he spoke.
I'll give you 56 laps.
Yeah, trade offer.
You receive
no points.
0 points.
So yeah, Red Bull are now last in the constructors. Lol.
Fun fact, Lewis Hamilton is now further ahead of Max Verstappen in this year's championship than he was at any point in the 2021 season.
Yep. Lol. Long may it continue.
And it didn't even take him having to try and kill him.
Yeah. There was no yeeting of the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls yeeted themselves out of the race.
Sad noises.
Except from Yuki Tsunoda.
Mm-hmm.
He finished.
He was actually the biggest gainer in the race. He moved up 8 positions.
Yes. Shall we talk through the final classification?
Yeah, I got it here.
So do I.
Oh, well, I've got everyone's gained and losses.
No, I've just got the classification.
Oh, document 44. See, it was just meant to be.
No, it's okay. This wasn't the final document. We did
Rigged.
beat last year's document count, though. There was more incidents this year, or more
There
things
was more
for the stewards
than
to communicate.
last year. Do you
Yeah,
see the amount of track extends last year?
Yeah, but they
yeah,
weren't
but
paying
remember
attention to it.
that was
Jesus
when we weren't
Christ.
watching track extends during the race. But yeah, that is actually something for us to discuss, is track limits, because they've changed the rules for this season in
And
a
I like
good
it.
way. So DNFing, Gasly.
But Perez and Max is down there as a DNF as well.
Yeah, but they're
Yes, but
classified
they're
because
classified.
they finished over 90% of the race distance.
Classified DNF.
Yeah.
So technically, Max finished plus 4 laps. Well, plus 3
Oh.
laps.
Good maths there.
Yeah.
Well done.
So yeah, Gasly didn't finish. Then it was Verstappen, Perez. Well,
If you're going to do the Hülkenberg, you need to do Pierre Gasly.
Latifi, Norris, Ricardo, Albon, Stroll, Schumacher, Zhou, Alonso, Tsunoda, Ocon, Bottas, Magnussen, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Leclerc.
Fun fact, Zhou Guanyu is the 67th driver to score points on his F1 debut. Who was
the
previous?
last one to do it?
Yuki Tsunoda.
And the one before that?
I don't know.
Nor do I.
Um,
I was hoping you came prepared with your statistics.
I did.
sure. Would it be Russell?
Russell did not score points on his debut.
Oh, on debut.
Yeah, on debut.
I mean, he scored points on debut for Mercedes, but not on debut.
Not on debut.
I didn't realise it was the on debut.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break in the podcast to discuss some Turn 5 things. We're looking for a new member. Alex has vanished. We
Where
genuinely
has he gone?
I
don't
know.
yeah. So yeah, if you want to join us and chat utter about Formula One every week, we do have a short little form available on our social media account. It's only like a few questions long. It'll take you 2 minutes.
We'll only judge you.
Yeah. We would love to have you join us. And even if you don't become the 5th member, who knows? We might invite you on as a special guest. So get it filled in if you want to come and rant about Formula One with us. We would love to have you. What's next? The FIA report. Not very much was said, really.
7 pages of pure waffle.
Yeah.
Can I hire the FIA report writer to do my dissertation for me?
It was basically just the first 3 pages were, yeah, remember what happened? We do, and we're going to write it down. What? They did sort of underhandedly admit that the regulations hadn't been followed, though, and that had an appeal went forward, the classification could have been changed.
Womp womp.
So that's interesting.
But they also said, it wasn't our fault, lol, bye.
Yeah, it wasn't our fault, it was Massey. They just pinned it all on Massey.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, it isn't the FIA's and organisation's fault that one guy screwed up massively.
In your opinion?
It wouldn't just be Massey, though, would it? I think Massey was a sinking ship, and they thoroughly sunk that ship.
Oh yeah. But in response, they have changed the regulations.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if the lapped cars are going to overtake the safety car, all lapped cars must overtake the safety car.
See, which means I was right when I said any does not mean all.
See, I think everyone thought that any did mean all.
But
until
thinking and actually being are two very different things.
Until the stewards decided on the night of Abu Dhabi, how can we
Manipulate
get out of
this?
this? Any does not mean all. Despite the fact that the race director said in a Grand Prix last year that any does indeed mean all.
But saying and being written down in the rule book are two very different things when it comes to legal proceedings.
So they've
As someone who has spent a lot of time reading legal documents of late, I can tell you the wording is very important.
Yeah. So they've closed that loophole in the regulations now. So thank you, the FIA.
The fact they've loopholed it for themselves.
Yeah.
What a convenient loophole we've found. Let's just close that one and say we've improved.
Yeah. What else have they done? They've changed the race directors, obviously.
They've added the
Two new
VAR,
ones. Yeah, we've got VAR now.
which is definitely not confusing when you're watching F2 and F3 because there's a team that is called VAR.
Yeah. We didn't really hear much about the race control room, though.
No, we didn't
Not a bad thing.
hear anything about it. We didn't see how it was going to be used.
We
So
didn't
it's
even
still
see it.
it's still very much a mystery. That's because it's in Switzerland.
So we can slap a camera in it.
What, suddenly it becomes Stockley Park?
But yeah, they could just put
Actually,
a
don't
camera
want
there
it to
and be
become
like
Stockley Park.
race
Mike
assistance
Dean
room or
giving it
whatever
the
they've
old-
called it. In fact, we didn't even get our customary shot of race control during the race. Like last season, we usually saw Massey at least once per race, just being pointing at a screen.
That's for the drama, though.
That was
will
their
he do
Netflix
today?
contract.
Yeah.
I will admit, there's one thing I'm going to miss from last season, and that's the FIA team radio.
In a way, at the start, it was fun.
Michael,
the
he's going to
end-
make us lose the position.
Yes, it was
In
fine
the
in
end.
that kind of thing, but then it was, Michael, I've sent you an email and I'm going to beep my position to make it look like we actually didn't do anything wrong, even though Lewis just totally tried to kill him.
To be fair, the email was quite funny as well.
Yeah, but it was actual beep.
Oh yeah.
It was used for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going to be talking to race control, so we should still be able to hear it.
Only for innocent questions.
Well, let's hear the questions.
Michael, what
I
beep?
say-
Oh, it's not Michael. Mr. Freitas, what beep?
No, it's not even straight to the race director. It's to the permanent assistant to the race director. What's his name again?
What, Herbie Blash?
Yeah, I think it's him that's on the other end of the radio.
I know my names.
You say, "Can I speak to the manager, please?"
Mr. Blash, can I
politely.
speak to
No.
your boss?
What you got to say for yourself?
No, Mr. Blash is going to make us lose the position.
Toto, we've already told you this is not your channel. Give it back to whatever his name is.
I nearly said Jonathan Wheatley, but no, that's Red Bulls.
No, that's right. That's James Vales.
It's not
Jim
James
Vance.
Bills. He's not the
That's what he-
sporting director.
James Allison? No, he's technical.
Also not the sporting director.
There's too many Jameses, and that's just in
The breed.
Mercedes.
New Mercedes sporting director, Michael Massey.
Bruh.
That'd be Red Bulls.
Oh yeah, true.
I've seen someone say, like, they replied to Red Bull say, "Where's your Massey gone?"
I love that Red Bull like called him out all season until he got like position there. It was like, yeah, he was quite hard done by, wasn't he? It's a shame.
Probably.
Shame for Michael.
We are all human.
Yes, that's what the FIA said. Human error caused a massive controversy.
Lol.
Probably one of the bigger ones in F1 history. I still think Crashgate and Spygate should be bigger.
But I think McLaren should investigate Spygate again.
It's not going to be reopened though.
Well, no, but they should do it this year. They just remake Ferrari's car again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it got them disqualified last time. Do you want to be disqualified
Yeah.
again?
We've got
Yeah, but that
nothing
was
to lose.
That was constructors. So drivers, they were still there.
Oh dear.
So yeah, I see no issue. 9th and 10th.
I see
What's
this
the
as an
difference?
absolute win.
Yeah,
Plus, we'll get a load more aero time next year.
yeah.
Yeah, if you finish near the bottom.
Yeah. If we're 10th,
So if you do Spygate, then you're not going to finish near the bottom.
And
we'll
also,
be 10th. Thank you.
Between Spygate and now, Racing Point copping Mercedes car, they got away with it.
Yeah, but that was legal. They just bought
No,
it.
it wasn't.
Only the
actually got
brake ducts
points
were illegal.
deduction
If it
for
was
that.
legal, they wouldn't have been punished.
Yep.
Yeah. The brake ducts weren't legal. The rest of the car was legal.
Insert Lawrence Stroll. I am absolutely annoyed at this situation. How dare they drag our name through the mud? I'm going to read this in a very truncated fashion to show how annoyed I am at this situation.
I am absolutely certain that we did nothing wrong. Right, what else? What else happened this week? We did have Formula 2 and 3, but we've been here a while already, so we'll talk about them.
Let's just cover off
At some
Roy
point.
Nissani's insanely bad driving standards.
I've not seen this. Let's watch it. It'll be in the highlights.
It's not in the highlights. It's that bad that they cut him out of the highlights.
I don't actually think he was punished for it.
No, he wasn't, which is a yoke.
It's
It's a yoke. The 5 seconds.
Davide Valsecchi was like, that's over the line.
We also had in the F2 races the pit stops.
Oh
in
my
the
god,
F2
yes.
feature race.
The
Yeah.
safety car
The
comes out.
freewheelers.
Safety car comes out, and suddenly Morgan is like, I'm making my racing comeback.
And then Ollie Caldwell got bullied by the stewards. Got a 5-second time penalty for track limits. Got a 10-second time penalty for track limits.
Keep it on the track. That's what Lewis
Got
should
a
have had last year.
drive-through penalty for track limits.
Keep it on the track.
Then went to
One
serve
job.
what is penalties and got a penalty for not serving the penalties correctly. What else did he get a penalty for? It was even more.
How many penalty points is he on now then?
An unsafe pit release, got a penalty for that. Out of position at safety car line 1 on formation lap, got a penalty for that. He got 6 penalties in the feature race.
So how close is he to a race ban already?
I don't think he is at all.
Joke's on you. He has 8 points now.
That's not that close to a race ban. Ish?
You just need
No,
12.
he's only got 2.
Oh, wow. What?
He's only got 2. Because you don't get penalty points for track limits.
Unbelievable.
The only one he got penalty points for was for being out of position at safety car line 1 on the formation lap.
Brilliant.
That's it. And for that, he got a 10-second stop and go penalty. He literally got all of the penalties except for being disqualified at some point in that race. All of the penalties.
What a completionist.
Should just been black flagged to complete the list.
Just to put him out of his misery at that point.
Just as like the F1 game warning, nearing disqualification for accumulating infringements. But yeah, he literally got all of the penalties. That's quite impressive in one race. And just to make it better, we've more Formula 2 this weekend.
Because we know how well it went last year.
Yeah, we had a cancelled race. Oh dear.
Yeah, well, there's only 2 races this time around, so
Yeah, true. Wasn't it race 1 that got like dead?
well, I don't know.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. Saudi Arabia last year was so long ago.
I can barely remember like earlier this week, let alone. And it's Monday.
Yeah. Shall we discuss this weekend?
Well, yeah, we got to do our predictions.
Yes, we do. Ben, pole position, please.
Max Verstappen. I don't know why I
Richard?
said it like that. But...
Charles Leclerc.
I too am going for Leclerc. And Nia went for Sainz.
And Sonia went for Leclerc.
Anyone else? Did we get any other poll predictions?
No, that's just our thing. And
Okay.
I haven't got any social medias this week.
Okay. God's sake, Richard, you have one job.
One job? One?
I actually put it in Discord, but
Yeah.
no one replied.
No one responded. So
Plus
you
you
just
didn't
don't
get
have
the
the weight.
Yeah, I don't have the weight that you pull, so
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I've just got clout in that server, you know.
Yeah.
Because I do literally everything.
I get tagged for all the stewarding questions.
Yeah.
What does this mean? Yes.
And then
Sure,
I get tagged for what tires are people on.
I get asked how F1 fantasy is. Christ.
Hey, man, at least you get asked about something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
So poll we've done. Podium.
Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez.
I'm going for Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz.
I'm going to go for Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen.
And Nia went with Sainz, Russell, Hamilton.
And Sonia went for Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz.
I thought Sonia was going to go for Hambot there.
No.
No more all reliable for Bottas.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I qualified Russell.
Oh, true. What's next? Bold prediction, Richard.
I should probably also add in the extra bold predictions that I was going to make. For this is season long in one respect and very specific in another. My first bold prediction is that Carlos Sainz will be the 2022 World Drivers' Champion.
That's just a prediction.
Nah,
We do them anyway. That's not bold.
It's one race in, and I'm telling you, he will be the champion.
He will. I can see the future. He will. It's a
Did
fact.
you predict Sainz at the top of your adjusted championship order?
No, he didn't.
You can't have 2 World Drivers' Champions.
It's a different thing.
We will not allow this point.
It's on statistics.
We will not allow this point.
I've done statistical research. It's the guy who finished second in the opening race wins
we
the
know
drivers.
In the last 4 out of 5 seasons. But we will
So it's going to be Sainz.
We will not allow that because you've already predicted who?
Verstappen.
Verstappen is your choice.
Yeah, Verstappen. Oh, why did I put Russell second?
Oh, God.
The other bold prediction is that Monaco will actually be even worse than last year.
Richard, there were 2 overtakes at Monaco. And one of them was team orders.
And it's going to be worse.
Oh,
I
no.
can actually see that as well.
Because the cars are that much stiffer that it's just going to be.
And it's going to be... In fact, most cars struggle at low speed corners as well. It's going to be that much slower.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
Slower earthquakes.
Well, no, in fairness, if they're slower, they might not porpoise as much.
No, but they're just stiff anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, can we have your bold prediction for Saudi Arabia, please?
The race will complete with no safety cars.
Richard's just throwing away points here. Ben, bold?
I'm going to use this while I can and say McLaren points.
I thought you were about to say unexpected DNF. I'm going to say there will be a red flag by lap 15. And Nia's predicted 2 safety cars and a red flag.
Yeah, can we just say if one of them happens and the other one doesn't, she doesn't get the point?
It's an
both.
all-inclusive.
And.
Yeah.
It's not an and or, it's an and.
Yeah, what did Sonia say for bold predictions, Richard?
She didn't.
Okay.
We only get her for the pole and podium. We don't get her for the both.
And Lappy Bingo!
Oh.
Ben, do you want to go first?
So we have to go through last week's first.
No, we'll do last week's next.
Okay, good. I'm going to say the first person to get lapped is Lance Stroll.
On lap?
On 28.
How many laps down?
How many laps are there?
50.
50.
So it'd be 1 lap down.
My God, the Red Bulls might actually finish the race.
No,
You'll
because the
clear
laps are longer.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still the same distance, Chris. God.
Yeah, no, but
Egypt.
we've established that the engine can do 56 laps.
On a lap that's
Yeah,
significantly shorter than the second longest on
No,
the calendar.
It does 56 laps. That's the rules. Richard, give us your predictions.
I'm just stalling because I'm writing things down.
Okay, I'll go. I'm going to say it'll be Daniel Ricciardo on lap. It's going to be a red flag by lap 15. So it's going to be on lap 29. And he'll finish 1 lap down. In fact, no, he will finish 0 laps down because of a safety car. 0 laps down.
Have we got Nia's?
There we do. Nia
Oh, yeah.
has went for Albon to be lapped first on lap 25 and be 2 laps down. I don't know how he's finishing 2 laps down with Nia's 2 safety cars and a red flag, but
Ye old faithful, it's 25 and 2.
yeah, true. True.
Who should I pick? Latifi. 36. 1.
All right, let's talk about last week's scores. Richard.
So basically, nobody got anything right because we all said it was going to be Zhou or Latifi. So Nia wins by default because her lap was the closest.
Woo!
Yeah, so Norris was lapped first on lap 26, but he finished 0 laps down thanks to the safety car at the death.
Yes.
Safety car at the death.
Well,
Safety
what
cars
else
were
would
the
you say?
last minute winner.
No, safety cars came in clutch and annoyed everything for me because I had one lap down. I could have salvaged a point there.
Yes.
Podium predictions?
Podium predictions. Sonia won with 4 points. Then your half points gives you 3 because you came in late.
I got 6.
No, you came in late.
6 points.
No, we already discussed it earlier. You get half points for coming in late.
Points.
6 points.
Because you sent your predictions after free practice sessions had started, so half points. So 3 points.
You're abrupt.
I'm sorry, this is a corporate board decision here.
Yeah.
Sack the FIA.
No, because you're the Michael Massey of this board.
No, Michael,
Never
no, this
forget
is so
that.
not right.
Never forget that. You're the Massey of this group.
No, I'm John Todd. I formed this group.
That makes me Ross Brawn, mate. I design everything here.
Adrian Newey.
No, he's one team's designer, and that's his book.
I don't think we can see it on screen.
It's a good book. I came next with 2 points because I put Leclerc and Sainz on the podium, but in the wrong positions. And Ben and Nia both got 1 point. Ben, because you put Leclerc on the podium.
I put Hamilton as well.
Oh, yeah,
I?
you did. Jesus.
Yeah, getting
Last point.
cheated.
Okay, there you go. 2 points. So Ben is now tied with
you.
me. Now I'm doubting myself on everyone else's. No, because yeah, that was Verstappen and Russell. So that's fine. So that's just 1 point for Nia. And nobody got pole position right, lol. Verstappen's across the board, Leclerc. So yeah, Sonia leads the way, as it was last year.
Yes.
But in the Discord...
I'm doing significantly better than I did last year. I'm not last.
Just remember, Chris, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
It's the first race.
Don't forget to turn off that magic button.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just keep sending them in after qualifying.
No, I will just disqualify you.
Yeah.
You've got 2 penalty points on your license for late submission.
Come on, this is only a 1 penalty point incident.
I'm sorry, this is the FIA. It's 2 points for everything. It's 2 points if you're out of position, and it's 2 points if you punt your rival. It's 2 points for a late submission.
Okay.
Over on the Discord, we had a plentiful plethora of submissions last week because everyone was so excited, and we've had none this week. Lol, the duality of man. But
give them time.
Nils got the perfect podium, so 15 points. So obviously they won. But then there was a tie for second place between R. Dunn and A. Singh J, who both got 6 points for putting 2 people in the correct place on the podium. A. Singh J put Leclerc first and Hamilton third, and R. Dunn put Sainz second and Hamilton third. So 6 points for each of those. What else can we do? Bold predictions. 4 DNFs. Sadly, no, Ben. There were only 3. Nia said Haas points. Yes.
Not a bold prediction.
It was when we made it. Now it is not. I will no longer accept Haas points for bold, okay? I'm laying that out there. And I said 7 teams in the top 10. But both of the Red Bulls had to conk out, so no, it's only 6. Sake. And you said at least 2 safety cars, and there were not, Chris. So
no, there was only 1.
Get a Threcketh.
If only Perez had spun a lap sooner, there would have been.
No.
Yes.
No.
They can't just leave that car there. It would have had to have been a safety car. No. Literally parked on the racing line.
Be fine. Be fine. Don't know what you're talking about.
Just double waved yellows. Fine.
Yeah,
it's okay.
That's it. That's all you need. For that late in the day, that's what you need.
Just green flag. Keep going.
Just ignore him. If you hit him, it's your fault. You can clearly see he's there.
That actually happened.
Let him know he's there.
Get one in early.
Yeah.
Was it F2 or F3 where a car was broken down? They tried to avoid them, crashed, and got a penalty. I'm actually going to check this. But that happened in the support races this weekend.
I can't remember that happening.
I remember reading the decision document.
I did watch most of the support races from in bed because they were on early and I could not be bothered.
Well, not all of them were.
No, but like the sprint races were early doors, and that was just like, I'm just going to lay here and just watch. Which is significantly less involved than my Formula One watching, which involved writing down at what lap everyone made their pit stop and what tyres they went onto, including whether or not it was a used set of tyres or not.
It was no further action, but it was investigated, which I find quite fun. It was Formula 3. Car 3's engine was broken. Additionally, the fire extinguisher was activated. Car 3 tried to leave this track safely. Car 16 misjudged the situation and collided with Car 3 by passing it.
Lovely.
Formula 3.
Yeah, that's just kind of in a nutshell that.
Yeah.
The car's fire extinguisher had exploded. It was then hit by...
We'll go into more detail about the support races in a few weeks on our off week. We'll do a roundup of the 2 Formula 2 rounds and the 1 Formula 3 round we'll have had by then. So this weekend is Saudi Arabia. Enjoy if you watch it. If not, why not? Yeah, watch the Formula 1.
We
there's
might
obviously
have people just listen for entertainment.
True.
There's obviously people out here for that prime Freca content.
No one's asking for Freca content. If anyone tweets our account saying, "Can we have more Freca content?" I will block that person.
Anyone.
Chris, do it.
Yeah, even if you do, block. Okay, go on.
I'm going to tweet it from the main account.
Yeah.
Tag yourself at Turn 5 Podcast. Can we have some more?
Can we have Freca, please?
No.
Ben says no.
No.
Your account has been blocked.
Yeah.
Your account has been suspended for violating the Twitter rules.
Congratulations. You blocked yourself.
But yeah, so we'll talk more about the support races in a couple of weeks. Is there anything else up this week?
F1 Fantasy.
Oh God, yeah, F1 Fantasy and play. Oh goodness, I forgot we had to talk about that.
I said we weren't going to do it if I was losing.
Well, we're gonna do it now.
And I submitted the wrong team to the league, it seems, because my second team...
Storming it.
My second team is doing significantly better than my first team.
Haha.
Not impressed.
I've
never
not checked the
change.
scores, to be honest, of F1 Fantasy.
It's like if you put Red Bull with, well, actually, no, Ferrari with Aston Martin, McLaren, Williams, all in the same race.
Oh my God, I'm in second. Ben, what the hell? How?
I'm just good at it, mate. Yeah.
So here's the fantasy standings, everyone.
You're watching a genius at work.
This is getting cut.
Ben's a hacker and found a way to submit his team after the race. Nia, let's look at Nia's team.
How many points did she get?
46.
Yeah.
I can see why. Oh dear. What chassis is she running? Oh. Oh no.
Cry.
Oh no.
It's not as bad as my third team that has the Red Bull chassis.
Oh no.
God.
And
so that, let's have a look
ironically,
at Richard's team.
oh god, it's not even my best team. That's the annoying thing.
At least your turbo driver Norris's 1 point.
Yep, got that healthy too. I have made substitutions.
Yeah. Is one of them the McLaren
Safety
chassis?
car at the death.
Yes, one of them is the McLaren chassis.
Here's my team, which has carried me to P2 so far. It will not be there at the end of the season.
Nope, you'll be P4.
Oh yeah. Mercedes chassis go brr. 57 points.
What are you on about? You think that goes burr?
Yeah, I know the
Ben's
Ferrari.
team.
Yeah, you're about to see.
You're about to see the definition of burr.
If I just hadn't picked Verstappen, I'd have done much better as well.
If I hadn't picked the driver that DNF'd, I'd have done well.
All right, Will Buxton.
Oh, Ben only done well because he turbo drivered Leclerc. and picked the Ferrari chassis.
And K-Mag's cool 27 points. And
In fairness, I
Bottas's
also
cool
had K-Mag.
22 points.
Or was it K-Mag? Yeah, I thought. Yeah, Magnussen. A nice 40 from Ocon as well.
My second team has significantly more points. It's on 195.
Would only put you in
much
second.
better.
It puts me in 8th in the triple entry for Soph's Discord server.
I see that matter there.
Is 46 from Nia the lowest score we've saw in F1 Fantasy?
I think it is.
I
It's
think-
last in the triple entry.
I think the lowest I got was 60 last season.
I hate to say this, but I'm pretty sure at one stage I got 43.
Ooh. I wish there was a way that you could look back.
There is. It's called the entire catalogue of podcast episodes that I have.
Yeah, I'm not doing that though. That's too much content.
I'm second in So's League.
Yeah.
Both ones.
Well, that's because you just put the same team in, Ben.
Yeah, but there's more people in the single one.
Well, yeah, but I've put the wrong team in, it seems.
I'm in 22nd in the single one. I'll take that.
It's 36th.
Leading the way in Stoke's Discord is no, Michael. No, that was so not right.
Yeah, congratulations.
And they somehow had Norris in the team, and that's put them P1.
The GOAT.
You should have got more points for being lapped.
Yeah,
He did extra laps, according to Ben. They should get bonus points.
I've made a lot of subs.
I think there might be a sub for me, but I don't know yet. I'll need to see.
I've used up all of my subs on one team, and I have one free sub left on another team, and I'm debating what to do with it. Because I'm just staring at Lando Norris like, you're literally the name of the team.
I think I've got it, actually. I think I scored 43 points at Hungary last year.
Ouch.
I reckon due to Bottas bowling. Because that took out like half of the grid.
F1 play. Did y'all remember to submit your predictions? Because that we got quite bad for that last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's the scores from
P1, Sebastian, P1.
No, Richard.
Points,
1 point.
Points 1. Yeah, P1.
Points 1.
P1. Points 1.
I got 5 somehow. I'll take 5. Ben got 3. That's okay.
My dad got 5, all right? He didn't even watch the race.
Let's have a look at how I got 5. So I messed up the podium because Verstappen's car exploded. I got the fastest lap.
Thanks, Ma.
I did not expect K-Mag to be up there.
I think I put Ocon as well, actually.
I got Bottas.
I did not put Bottas.
I thought Albon's car would explode.
I think I said the same, actually.
I
You'll have to load it
did
up on
not
my
get
phone,
the
though.
finishers correct. I was 1 off.
Yeah, same.
But I got the safety car point.
Ugh. So I said it was going to be Max, Charles, Carlos. So no points there. I said Max
No
fastest
points.
lap. I said Gasly for the first Q1 finisher. God damn it.
No.
Yuki Tsunoda for the first Q2 finisher.
No.
And first to retire, I said was Bottas because of his
No.
issues with his car. I said there were going to be 18 finishers.
He said there would not be a safety car.
I said there would not be a safety car, but I got the margin right of 4 to 7 seconds.
I think that's the most impressive one. You got one of the harder predictions right and ballsed up the easy ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2/3 of my podium is correct. It's just in the wrong position.
2/3 of my podium is actually correct and in the correct position. Ben, how did you get on? What did you get points for?
But I got a point for saying that Bottas is the first finisher in Q2. I also got a point for saying Leclerc would get the fastest lap, and there will be a safety car. And then that is all.
Fair. Have we missed anything now?
No.
There's no Formula E this weekend, I don't believe, so that's okay. Richard is very...
I mean, we didn't do a review on like the first race,
No, we didn't.
even though we'd done a prediction for it.
Yeah. We'll review it in a while.
Never, yeah.
There's Formula E in 2 weeks.
There's more important things.
Q Men in Black, look here, please.
Yeah, there's Formula E in 2 weeks. But, so, Richard, it's a non-race week. You've got no excuse not to watch it.
He's reviewing all the F2 and F3 content up to then.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
And I've got other videos to edit. So...
Anyway,
got to start work on next year's bloopers.
That wraps up this week's large episode of the Turn 5 podcast. Thank you very much for listening. If you've made it this far, we will see you next week for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Ta-ra.
Bye.
That was different.